Hi everybody, it's me, Ashley Brooke. I wanted to come on and I wanted to talk a little bit about, if you have a child that's on the spectrum. I'm on the spectrum, just for the record, so everybody knows. In case you don't know yet, I'm autistic, and I have many challenges, and I had many challenges when I was younger. I was never really felt like a challenge though in my mind, you know. I just want to make that clear. A lot of times when I was having a sensory overload, my processing would get down, and I wasn't processing any information. It's kind of like everything just got kind of stuck. Unless you were trying to like physically like restrain me or be like aggressive with me, it wouldn't have stuck as a memory. If you just sort of like let it slide or let my behavior slide, I would have not had the memory that I was struggling. Not at all. The way that I realized that I was different is the way that people responded to me. And the way that it hurt my feelings, and I just didn't understand why for so many years. And I knew that I didn't speak much. But my mom would always tell me that I was just shy. So I thought, as a young child, being so young and not knowing anything about the world, when she told me that, because I'm so literal and I am very kind of, I don't know, I'm not naive, not anymore at least, but at that age I was very like gullible, and anything you said, very, you know, easily influenced. She told me that I must be what it is, you know. That was mom, you know. And so I believed her, 100. Oh my gosh, my daughter almost fell off the couch. She was wild. And so I just wanted to make that clear that was never a memory. Like, if you are worried that your child's gonna like have this memory, you know, if you're supportive, they're not gonna have this memory or like tainted feeling of like being like, you know, unless people are treating them different, you know. That's where it becomes like, you know, emotionally, you know, bothersome for us. So, just keep that in mind, you know. Also, I was talking to a girl today, and she has a brother on the spectrum, and she seemed very passionate about the way she was explaining how, like, you know, frustrated she is with people and the way they treat her brother and stuff like that. And I totally get it. And I don't know her very well, not personally, but I know her enough from talking to her for that short time that, wow, that boy is very lucky to have her as a sister. I didn't have supportive siblings like that. Oh my God, they were super mean, like super mean. Makes me want to cry. They were super mean to me. And I never understood why. So, this sister was expressing to me that, that they should have in schools, you know, they should teach, you know, like they do about, you know, everything else. Like right now they're teaching like what they teach about, you know, was it they teach them about, like, you know, understanding transgenders and stuff like that, and I think that's cool, you know, accepting everybody's differences. They should have it for autistic, you know, people. Like, they should teach children in public schools about autism, because a lot of times these kids bully other kids that are autistic because they think that they don't understand, they think that they can get away with it, and they really don't have the correct information of what autism is, you know, and how awesome autistic people are. So I think that it should definitely be, it should be, you know, I'm like, somebody should press. Maybe it's gonna be me. Who knows? But I'm definitely very concerned about that. I don't know the right avenues to go through yet. Definitely will be once I get into my house. I'm moving soon. That's why. Once I get into my house, I'm definitely gonna start researching and seeing what the necessary steps are to do to press for the, you know, for the state to enforce that in schools. I think it's very important. There's so many autistic people in the world today that it's very important that the children of the future understand what autism is. It's educational. They need to know, you know. You know, we're going to be engaging autistic people all the time, you know, and it's very important. So yeah, I want to like state that, but also I want to state, we're talking about, you know, how she was telling me like how she, you know, she was trying to teach her brother some things, and she taught him how to cook, and that made him feel empowered. And I was like, wow, you just really like, you know, she really like touched, you know, like my childhood, you know, because when she said that, because the things that I started doing even before I spoke. Hold on, Izzy. Before I spoke, my mom was wheelchair bound. She couldn't walk at all. And because my other family was all wild, she relied on me to do a lot of things for her. So she would give me instructions and like to come, hold on, Izzy, to cook meals for her. And she would tell me like, okay, bring me the chopping board, bring me this ingredients, bring me this ingredient, and then she'd chop it on the bed with me, you know, and then she would tell me, okay, put it in the pan. She'd tell me to take it back to the stove, put the flame on this, you know, on medium, come back to the room immediately, and she put the timer on, and then she would tell me what to like to go and grab it, you know, like, or to go and like turn it off and let it cool down, and then we'd come back and, you know, it was already cooked. And that's how I cooked meals for my family, nonverbal, and like everyone would think usually that I was like not capable of doing something like that, but I was very smart, and I still am. So I think that's really important for you know, anything instructional, you know, that is hands-on for an autistic child is super important. I just wanted to like throw that little information out there, you know, get them cooking, get them dancing, get them cooking, you know, anything instructional and that's hands-on. It's super important. And it will definitely empower them. As soon as they start to feel empowered, like they feel capable, you know, it helps their confidence. They're gonna start showing you a lot more what they can do, you know, and you're gonna be shocked. You should have seen the first time my dad heard me talk. He was like he saw a ghost. It was crazy. Unfortunately, he was in a weird situation where he was like trying to yell at my mom, and I finally snapped, and I was like, hey, you know. But we will shock you, you know. And like if you have a child that's nonverbal, like don't hold them on. Like I'll have a lot of parents asking me like, oh, I hope my child is that's nonverbal ends up talking one day like you did, and it's like that's really nice, and thank you for like, you know, I'm really glad that happy that you know, God has allowed me to be some hope for you guys, you know. It really touches my heart, honestly. I'm getting emotional. But honestly, like I want to tell you guys, like God knows what He's doing. Honestly, God knows what He's doing, and your child is exactly how they're supposed to be, and they're going to become exactly who they are supposed to become. And I have more faith in them than neurotypicals. Unfortunately, I feel this way, and it's not because neurotypicals are bad. It's just that when you are treated different, and when you're not speaking to the world, and especially the way the world is today, they're so corrupt, you know. It kind of like shields us from a lot of negative, you know, bad stimulation. So I honestly believe that they are on their way, you know, to their purpose. And all they need is for you guys to just love and accept them and know that God doesn't make any mistakes. Like, look at me, like everybody would judge me when I was younger, and they're mean to me. And, you know, I'm pretty sure my mom, in her, like, you know, crazy life going on, she was worried about me too at sometimes, you know, and then life took over and then she forgot about me. But I'm pretty sure at one time she was very, you know, concerned, didn't know what to do. And look, I'm talking right now, and I am out here advocating for a lot of other autistic people. So, it's a beautiful thing, you know. Just let God do His job, you know. You can't like, you know, hope that somebody can be different. You accept them as they are, and if they decide that inspires them to be different, well then right on, you know. But let them decide that for themselves. That's what free will is, right? They'll come out and do what they, you know, when they're ready, and just love them. I don't know, like I feel like it's all part of God's plan. Seriously. Me not talking, I learned so much. When I didn't speak for so many years of my childhood, it made me so much different than the rest of my family. And you know, God bless my family's, you know, but my family's heart, but they had a lot of problems, they had a lot of trouble, and they fell into a lot of wrong, you know, and bad situations because, you know, just that's the way life is. But God kept me real close. Me being nonverbal really protected me from a lot of bad things. So. And a lot of, like, you know, a mentality that this world just got lost in, it never caught me. And I think it's because I'm autistic, honestly. So I hope that gives you guys a little bit of hope and a little bit of information. And yeah, put any comments that you have below. You know, I'm autistic.